Thyroid imbalances is a growing concern in India with a larger proportion of population suffering from hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, and this directly is also connected with your metabolic health, obesity, type 2 diabetes, a number of these things, right? Ideally, most of the interventions or the investigations are restricted to checking your TSH, T3, T4 levels, and maybe subscribing to the drugs to actually try to manage the level of thyroids, right? But we really need to understand the biochemical process and the cellular functions involved in thyroid function, right? So again, thyroid glands release thyroid hormones, but this needs a signaling. This needs a signals, and this as a part of the signaling cascade, right? Nitric oxide is a part of this signaling cascade, and if your body is not producing enough nitric oxide, doesn't get signal, the thyroid gland doesn't get signal, doesn't produce thyroid hormones, right? The TSH, the thyroid stimulating hormones, right? And again, TSH is required for the conversion of T4 to T3 because our body uses T3. And again, to strike this balance, we need to have a balanced gut microbiome that actually regulates the TSH levels and make sure that this is actually being T4 is being converted to T3, and there's a balance, right? And again, so these are all interconnected. So if your body is not producing nitric oxide, there is no TSH hormone being activated, or even if it's producing, if TSH hormones are being produced, but if there is a gut microbiome imbalance, probably it will not lead to a conversion of T4 into T3 and the right set of hormone levels. Third, and the most important thing is if your cells are inflamed, right, it cannot express thyroid receptors on the cell membranes. Now your thyroid hormone need to dock on these receptors, right, attach on these receptors to perform various biochemical functions, to alters various genes that directly impacts your metabolic health, right? Thyroid impacts your basal metabolic rate that directly impact your energy expenditure, your ability to lose weight. It also impacts the uptake of glucose and fatty acids, which directly have a direct impact on your blood sugar control and even on your metabolic health. So if your cells are inflamed, it does not express this receptor, and it disrupts the communication between the cellular communication with the thyroid hormone, and this leads to a host of metabolic health issues, right? So it is very, very important to fix your cellular health. Thyroid